He's 2 or 3 inches taller than Banjanin.
Banjanen's a very, very good player.
Yeah.
And tall.
Yeah. He's got to be 6'6", 6'7". Oh. Thank you.
There we go.
Cavalry's arrived. You little beauty. Hey? Look at this. Look at this. The cavalry's arrived. You little.
Oh, they're looking after you.
Yes. The boss, the bride, has turned up. About to start here. In the middle. Got Zach Sherman, Banjanin. Obviously, Jason Davenport for North Shore.
And Ben Dobson in there for St Mary's
Dobson's in there, yes. Up they go. Oh, Jake Thomas gets a hold of it. Then goes to ground. Banjanin tries to crash his way through. Can't do so. The umpire says, give it to me after a tackle from Jason Davenport.
Like the follow-up work there from Banjanin too.
Yeah, come through it all again. Thomas this time tries to block Banjanin's run. Banjanin reaches over the top. Comes out to Sherman. Sherman goes forward. Bouncing ball. Fisted away by the North Shore defender. Only as far as Dobson. Comes out the back to Kane Tenace. The old left foot short pass. Oh, was that your mate there?
Bond.
Little Dougie Bond. There's a bit of push and shove here on the half-forward flank as the North Shore player in Harmer is wrapped up at half-forward and given a free kick.
Yep. There's a high tackle for Harmer for North Shore. He's at the back of the centre square. He kicks now on his right foot towards his hard-forward flank. It's a 2-on-1, and Hebard Marcus at Mary's intercepts. He quickly dishes to Tenace, who goes wider to McMahon. That's of the Hayden variety. Got a wispy sort of rang-a-beard going, which I like. They're still on the wings.
The
Mary's.
Stuff?
They hold it up. Dobson now. Here's Zach Sherman. Goes inside 50. Their second entry for the afternoon. It's wide. St Mary's still have possession. They filter back. Sherman again. And they'll pump it back in St Mary's. It's a good squaring ball. It's over the head. Bond's at the back of this contest. He's got some space. He gets inside Gerard. Handball's over. Banjanin's through here. He's got some time and space, so the big man can pick it up. He snaps on his right foot.
Oh.
And just to the near side. Opening score for St Mary's.
Not a bad effort from the big fella.
Yeah. He took a while to bend down and pick it up, but he eventually got there, didn't he? And the ball's gone about 30 metres behind the goals and way out to the car park.
Chris Jones was a premier defender when he played at St Mary's. They've moved him to playing forward. Interestingly, he's a bit of a switch hitter.
So North Shore, they bring the ball back into play. They're just going to go long and up the guts, and they find a target down. Ash McLean, who plays on quickly. They've got runners down the wing. They held up well, though, there by St Mary's. That was Hayden McMahon there, quickly getting on the mark. North Shore now, they just go further to half-forward flank. They go on to a contest there. Miller at the back. That's a great grab there. Well held by Blake Miller. He's a fair way out there. He's about 70 out from goal. Too far to score. He's got no one deep.
I don't think he thinks he is.
He's backing himself, Jim.
Jim, I don't think he thinks he is.
I've called that too soon. He'll be kicking from 65. So he's making his way. And if this is a mammoth kick if he gets there.
Blake Miller.
Look at that.
Boom!
And that's got the journey. Minor score.
I'll give him that one, I reckon. Might not give him that to rush.
Fair roost, and Tenace will just bring it in quickly to Sherman. He's just going to play on there and go out wide. It wasn't a great kick, but they were able to recover St Mary's and go along the boundary line. Mark taken there by Callum Wade. Just brings it back inboard. Found a target in Ghana. He's just going to switch it again. Sherman gets involved, and he's put down after he kicks it, and he'll get the 50-metre. I think he went down a bit easily.
That's a very soft 50. And the umpire's going to get sucked into that rubbish. Yeah. We're going to be in for an ordinary game.
Well, that's a good start for us. So Sherman
dive. They should have taken the footy off him.
And I reckon rightly so. He didn't really give him a full 50. So they get the ball going inside forward 50 St Mary's, and they're going to get a mark at the front there. Was that Matty Heber floating in there? No, so it wasn't. It was Doug Bond. And he's marked a 45 out, pretty much directly in front. He's gone short into the pocket. It was a poor kick. It just didn't find the target, and Davenport's able to gather the ball from North Shore and get moving up the wing there, Milky.
Yes, and trying to chip in and take the mark was Callum Wade. Didn't do so, but backs it up beautifully, picks off the footy, goes to Tenace. Tenace to centre half forward, looking into the hot spot. Good use of the body there. And that would have to be...
Now, see, I like that umpiring because he could easily
26.
have given a free kick for a push there.
26, that is. We don't have him.
That's handy.
It looks like Gillies, isn't it?
Yeah, it does look like Gillies. But he's supposed to be 25. We'll put him down as Tommy Gillies. In he comes. Head over the nut and puts it straight over the goal umpire's hat. I'm giving it to Tommy Gillies.
Tommy Gillies, 26 in the record.
Yeah, that is it, Milky.
Someone may have typed the wrong number in.
Go on, Milky.
Someone might have done that. My assistant. Don't have one. So St
Should
Mary's
have
doing
one.
all the scoreboard, all the work on the scoreboard. 117 they lead on the Blood Toyota scoreboard, that is, and North Shore one behind. Straight kick in it, boys.
Good start, and then footy. That's what we want to see.
Back in the middle. Thomas gets a hand on again, then goes back and cops one high from Banjannon.
Oh,
Gets
and then
a free
couple
kick.
of knees in the chest too.
Umpire says, pick up the footy, son, and get moving. Thomas, quick by... I thought he was going to handball
hang
it
on.
then.
Tried.
I thought he handballed
He's faked it.
That he's just unloaded, gone forward, looking for Parker. Can't quite get it. Sorry, not Parker, Miller. Can't quite get Miller now shepherding the football and being held, says the umpire.
They'll have a shot.
So we're right over his shoulder here. The umpire
The umpire
goes to ground. Miller, little short pass. Good work there on that occasion by his teammate. He tries to trap the footy, can't do so. And he's set upon and we'll have a ball up. Umpire, are we going to? Yes, we are. And that was
Yeah.
Parker. That was Luke Parker.
We'll
He just tried the one-hander and
We'll
couldn't
throw
drag it in.
Brad Gerard under the bus here. He's just gone to walk to St Mary's bench.
Yeah,
Went the wrong way
I
there.
did notice that.
Up they go again. Miller knocks it clear over to Stanlake. He can't pick it up. Ball's gone over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in. Buzz, you see if you can get out of there.
Yep. I'll do my best, Milky. Be thrown in. About 40 out from home. Tossed in Banjannon and Miller. Banjannon wins it down from behind, then follows up his own work. St Mary's will win the footy. It's Sherman who gets a quick kick away down the line just in front of us. This one's very close to the boundary line. It just pitches inside. Geordie Duncan and out for a throw-in. Straight in front of the kicks commentary box here. So it'll be thrown in again. Banjannon being pretty dominant early on in the ruck. Have a nice view of this one, straight in front of us, and it's to Banjannon again, attacking it with nice pace was Ben Dobson. Stanlake with his head over the footy, tries to get the free kick, but the umpire was having none of that. Held was Jacob Welsh, his arm was pinged, and they might be out here, the Shore is, and they are. It's with David Hacker. He runs through the middle of the ground, goes in his right boot. It's over the top of everyone. It'll fall to Tom Lang in the back pocket, but the ball escapes him, and it'll be out of play about 15 around from home.
Thought he did a good job there, Davenport, getting his man under the footy, but just lost his footing a fraction, so he couldn't get back onto it. This big fella Thomas goes off, and Louis Goss comes on. Ball spinning round out the front of the North Shore goal. St Mary's defending. Hayden McMahon picks it up, dishes off the handball, goes back. Looks like is that Dobson back there, almost taking the mark on that occasion was Mawson. Can't quite hang on. Tenace gets in there. He picks it off. Mawson's back in there, wrestling over the footy, looking for out the back. Oh, didn't quite trap it on that occasion. The St Mary's player was Jared Garner, the former Colac boy. Couldn't get hold of the nut as it trickled over the boundary line. 117 plays one behind on the Blood Toyota first quarter scoreboard. How long have we been going, Jim?
7.5 minutes.
I did it!
The quick kick it dribbled past Purcell. I'll take this one, Jim. Is a bit hard for you to
cheers, mate.
say.
Yeah, I was struggling down there.
It was Dylan Watt over the
Did
footy.
you see
the
that?
North Shore vice captain. North Shore win the footy. Travellini applies some nice pressure and picks up his own work. It was partially intercepted, but he eventually gets a kick away. It's North Shore with the numbers. It's Fazio who filters all the way back to Ash McLean, who's very experienced. The ball at centre half back now for North Shore. That was Alex Bode for the Seagulls. He goes wide to the wing. It's picked up by Chris Parker.
good
There's a
pick-up.
whistle. And advantage is paid. He'll take it. He's on half 40. Goes very short. And good mark taken. And they should drive it inside 50, the Seagulls, and they do. They go very deep. It's Lang and Miller. It's over their heads. And it'll be a free kick taken by St Mary's because it's out on the full.
There you go.
Good use of the footy there by North Shore.
Yeah, they moved it quickly and well, didn't they? Hitting their targets, especially in these windy conditions. St Mary's just looking to get the ball out of defence now. They're just going to go the long kick to a contest about 50 metres out from the North Shore goal. They all fly there, comes to ground level. North Shore had the numbers, they just can't quite get it out. And St Mary's got runners. Tenace ends up with it. He's had plenty of it early, goes long up the wing. He's going to get a mark here. Chris Jones comes out, just couldn't quite hold on to it. He's got numbers at ground level and they can break away St Mary's, but they're intercepted in doing so. Good tackle by Sherman. May have been
Nearly
in
a
the
free
back
kick
and the
to- yeah,
umpire
I was gonna
has
say.
found it.
Free kick to your buddy Harry Purcell.
Very ordinary looking human, as Buzz said earlier.
Yeah, I often liken him to a melted gumboot.
Yeah, obviously he doesn't shout often because you're paying out on him. Ball drifts out to to the back of the pack. I think it came out of the hands of Damien McMahon, and the umpire's letting it go at the moment. He's pinged him.
Jeez.
Pinged the North Shore player. I think there was Stan Lake. Comes out the back. Comes to Matty Hebard. Hebard's got it. He's got a teammate on here in Tommy Lang. You said to watch him buzz. Quick kick. Goes straight to his teammate in Harry Benson. Benson's marked it at half back. Squares it up. Goes back to Lang. Lang, quick give. Cross to his teammate. They're in Travaglini. How'd I go, boys? Not too bad,
There
I
was
reckon.
a whistle in there somewhere.
There was a whistle.
And it's
Callum Way.
it's gonna be 50.
It's going back. Yeah, it is 50
Going
minute
back to
penalty.
Lang.
You're right, Jim. Good spot.
Tom Lang.
A few of the players just sort of stopped and a few
Yeah, it was a
kept going, and
funny whistle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was almost as one of those
Can't
ones
do that.
coming from the netball court or something like that.
Yeah.
Lang with it at half. Oh, the
Oh,
umpire.
God.
Seriously.
Oh, so
Seriously.
he's extended it by 10 metres to 50. He's giving him an extra 10.
Yeah, I know the umpires are looking at this first half. We'll have a damn good look at it, I reckon, as the ball goes bouncing over the boundary line and out of bounds. It's about the footballers, fellas. Let's remember that.
Always.
I don't know why
Yep.
you're telling us that.
Yeah.
Tell your subconscious.
So it's thrown back into play. In St Mary's forward line there, they get the tap down. They're going to try to bring it out towards the boundary line. They can't do so. It's just grubbering along the ground. No clean possession in the air, but the umpire has found a free kick for too high. He's going the way of St Mary's and taken by Travaglini. Now, he's probably right on 50. You'd think just going into the wind, he might be too far out, but the wind might push it across. Instead, he's just going to go the hot spot and look for a fly, and he's got one out the back. And they're going to have another shot at goal there, St Mary's.
The racehorse Higgins coming on
Yep.
from St Mary's. We're going to see, you've talked about his pace, Buzz. We'll see how we go.
Premiership captain last year in the Colts. It's Geordie Duncan with the mark by the look at... Is it Geordie Duncan? By the look of things with the footy?
Looks a bit like it. Sam Dobson.
Oh, no, it's actually
Yeah,
Sam
yeah,
Dobson.
Sam
excuse
Dobson,
me.
I reckon.
Yes,
Yep.
24.
Dobson comes in. Right. Oh, well, it's on a slight angle. Or it drifts to the right. Oh, I
He's
reckon
done it well, hasn't he?
He's done it.
Yeah.
I reckon he's pretty happy with that. They've all come and
Real good
congratulate
finish.
him.
First kick in St Mary's colours and a goal.
Fantastic. That's wonder if it's been worth it. Standing out to do that. But so that's their second goal. St Mary's 2-1-13.
You'd say the ball has spent more time in the North Shore forward
Yeah, I
line so
reckon it
far,
has.
but they just sort of
It
haven't
has
got the targets up there at the moment. Miller's
Coming
probably
out-
getting too far up the field.
It's coming out too easy, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goal. The goal's a little bit
Oh,
delayed. That was a goal was a while ago.
Ball's thrown back up in the middle.
Oof.
It's well won in the ruck by Gillies. It was beautifully palmed down. St Mary, North Shore, do win the footy, but St Mary's will shark it back. McMahon over the top. They should have the numbers here, the Saints, and they go wide. And Gillies at half forward worked very hard and took a nice mark at full stretch and full pace. He's tucked in on the boundary, so he just drives it long. It's a kick to advantage.
Oh,
a wonderful
great
kick
kick.
and really nice
Yeah,
body
really good.
work
Yep.
by Jared Garner. He's tucked in on the boundary. Won't be an easy kick.
Tough kick from there.
He hesitates. Looks like he is eventually going back. That was a beautiful kick. Read the breeze nicely, and Garner had his man goal side.
There'll be some right to left in this kick, I would have thought.
He comes in. It looks like he's just centred that to the hot spot. Hasn't gone for home. There's plenty of hands with it. It falls wide. St Mary still have the footy. They centre the ball. That's
Good.
beautifully
That's
done.
very,
Good
very-
unselfish
yep.
footy, and it ends up in the hands of Jesse Travaglini. About 35 out from goal, I'd say the man on the mark is. Beautiful play. Nice centering
Just
kick.
Very unselfish, wasn't it?
Yep.
Garner did the right thing as well by putting it at the top of the square.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tough kick from that pocket.
Yep.
Jesse Travaglini, 18 goals in season 2015. Comes in. I don't reckon,
Oh, it's
I
held
don't
up,
reckon he's
hasn't it?
made it. That is held up in the breeze. It was a kick of only about 35 metres. The ball is still in play and eventually parried through for a rush behind. That took us all by
Yeah.
surprise
Hmm.
because you'd think
Very
you would
interesting,
have
eh?
the distance.
Was it 20? Wouldn't have been any more than 30 out.
No.
Mm.
So it's Purcell to take the kick in for the Seagulls. Find themselves 13 points down at the 13.5-minute mark. Up high was Jake Thomas. Couldn't quite hold the mark. The ball's at half forward. There's a whistle and it's for holding. It's going the way of the Saints again, so they'll pump it back inside 50. It's Zach Sherman who chisels one towards the pocket. It escapes everyone. It's Watt over the footy and parries it out of play.
That kick there from Sherman, you reckon he might have just been trying to do too much? Probably the kick to hotspot may have been the better option there in these conditions early. So it's thrown back into play. It's deep in the forward line for St Mary's. Ruxman heard a whistle there. It's probably another game. It's feeling around us. It's a ground level. It's still just not going anywhere at the minute. We'll have another ball up. Looks to be about 20 metres out from the St Mary's goal. Player very slow to get up, and there's a little bit of push and shove here, a little bit of feeling as they come in.
A bit of a sling tackle there.
Gillies and Dylan Watt having a bit of a scrap.
There we go. So the umpire, has he given a free kick? He has.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. He has.
Holding his schnoz, the North Shore defender there.
There we go. So another opportunity for North Shore to get it out of there. This short kick to Hacker. He gets on the right boot, and his kick was partially smothered, but they got the numbers, and he gets it back to Hacker, and he's going to get on the left boot, and he's gone with a good kick down the line to Salah. He looked to move it on quickly, but then went against that, and eventually he's gone to the wing. He's got Miller in a one-on-one. He's at the back, and he almost pulls it down. That's a great effort there from Lang, who's then tackled and then got it off to Bond with a short kick, and now they just keep the ball moving forward through Wade into the pocket. Going to be plenty of numbers flying at the ball there, and coming over the top of the fist was Ash McLean and gets it out of bounds, and for a throw-in deep in the St Mary's forward line.
Good defensive work there from North Shore, setting themselves up well for that. Spinning ball in the pocket. 20 out from the St Mary's goal. Up they go, Thomas, but it's fisted away. Snowden got one that tap, but it's the vice-captain of North Shore that gets the free kick in Dylan Watt. Half-back, decides to switch play. Very dangerous. Bouncing ball. Oh, good work there. Is it a push in the back?
Yep.
Yeah,
Gordy Duncan. Gee, they were lucky to get that free kick because they were gone if they hadn't.
A little bit lazy there was Duncan.
David Ingalls gets it, brings it across to Davenport. Has it at half-back. Looking to set something up here. Checking out his options. Decides to drive it long. Into the McLean direction. McLean almost takes the mark. Then goes back. Has a second effort. Gets it over to his teammate there in Bowd. Knocks the ball forward into the path of his teammate in Seller. He overruns it. Goes back and tries to lay the tackle onto Bond, and balls comes out quickly into the hands of Callum Wade, and across there to his teammate. They then it's been repelled.
Yeah, and North Shore go inside 50, but there's absolutely no one home, and Hebard easily chops the ball off 40 out from home. He goes short. The ball falls short of his intended target, but they should be all right, St Mary's, as they clear their lines and they go to the far wing. They've got plenty of numbers. Good mark by Gillies. He went to handball quickly, but he instead chose to go towards his teammate. But Gerard chopped it off for North Shore, did quite well. But Garner just bursts out of the pack beautifully, goes on his left foot. Under the ball was Duncan. It'll be a foot race between him and Ingalls. Ingalls just parries it forward. There's still a foot race on. Travellini tries to get out of trouble. Handball's clear. North Shore, it's a 3-on-1 that looked a bit high to me.
Yeah,
and it will be given. And the snap on goal, do they pay that advantage? Yeah, it's given the all clear. So St Mary's have kicked their third. As the advantage was paid out of the free kick, and it was Ben Dobson.
Yep.
Just some slack work in there, in defence by North Shore there. Just a few clumsy mistakes, costing him their third, costing them another goal.
Who was the player that dived over the back? Was it your mate?
It was Higgins who won the original free kick for St Mary's.
No, but who gave the free kick away? Was it your mate?
I don't know.
He might have been the bloke that dove over the back. Not sure. Anyway, that on the Blood Toyota scoreboard at the 17 and nearly 18 minute mark. 3-2-20 St Mary's. North Shore one behind.
So back in the centre now. It'll be Ben Jannon go up against Thomas again. Good battle so far. Ben Jannon's probably had the upper hand. It's showing on the leaderboard. He just gets a bit of a fist on that one, Smith. They try to charge it forward. Sherman went hard at the footy and eventually got a boot on it. Gathered while Sherman with it again. He's just going to chip it over the top and out in the front there of Jones, who's then going to go short again and get a target in the pocket, which is Travellini. We saw him pass one from this position before. Expect him to do something similar now.
Well, he's out
he's going
twice
to do that.
The distance this time.
There you go. So he's just gone to hotspot again. He had to fly at the back. It didn't happen at ground level. There's a free kick for another free kick high again. Was that Sherman trying to charge
I think it is
there?
Sherman, yep. Yes, it is.
Yeah, just a bit overzealous with a couple of tackles. North Shore is a bit clumsy. A couple of high ones in some dangerous positions.
So Sherman, you would have thought, will have no issues with this one. Makes his way in now, gets on the right boot and just pushes it to the right a little bit, but it sneaks through for another one for St Mary's. They're out for a 2-26 North Shore, one behind.
Yeah, that's on the Blood Toyota scoreboard.
That's the one.
And they're doing all the attacking. It's only been... you mentioned that, JB, that it did spend a lot of time early in the North Shore forward line. Didn't make the advantage of it.
They just didn't, did they? And they had their opportunities too, but they just weren't real clean in that with their forward 50 entries.
So 9.5 gone. And it's 26 plays 1 on the Blood Toyota scoreboard. Up they go. Thomas, I'll give him that one. Banjanin, though, roves it. Gives it over to Sherman. Sherman, little kick to Bond. Bond picks it up. Goes deep in the pocket. Looking for Dobson or Gillies. I can't quite pick it. No, it's Dobson. He got one in the back there against Fazio.
Just another free kick in the forward half for St Mary's.
I can't see there, boys, so you can take that.
It's Ben Dobson who's about 55 out. It's a squaring kick. It was meant for Banjanin. It's chopped off by McLean. St Mary's have numbers. Sherman, who's found a lot of footy so far. It's Damien McMahon with his head over the footy, parries it forward, but then out of play about 35 around from goal. The kick was the right idea to Banjanin, just escaped him. Tallest player out there, standing out like, you know what, Milky, as the ball comes back in. Over the top was Jones, wonderfully sharked by Sherman. Good tackle on Garner. Just to neutralise the contest. Stan Lake has some time and space. He stops and props. Feeds back to Captain Fantastic Jason Davenport. Drives to 55 out. Banjanin won it down. St Mary's do have the numbers. Gerard fights hard though. He does well. Brad Gerard, and thought he's going to win a free kick, but he's...
there's a holding the man.
It was against Parker, was it?
The ball, yeah.
So Parker gave away the free kick to Lang, who then makes a mung of it, and Salah intercepts at centre half back, and then he drives it long over the top for Parker. Parker drops the mark. He would have been out. He had a whole paddock to run into if he marked that footy, and now St Mary's might cut them up because Matty Hebbard has the ball at right half back for St Mary's. He goes right in front of us. Fazio gets right in his back.
Silly free kick.
Real clumsy attempt, that one.
Didn't lead the footy. It was meant for Riley Hall. St Mary's take the advantage regardless. Goes inside 50 again. It's a 2-on-1 contest. Over it was Dobson. Picks it up in the left hand, then spins back onto his right foot. Centres the ball nicely over the top. Banjanin hands like cricket bats, but Travellini roves it and kicks the goal.
Bit of
still plenty of feeling here.
Still plenty of feeling here. I was actually watching who ended up kicking the goal. Fazio, did he?
Travellini.
Travellini, rather. Fazio's out here.
Fazio's in the blue.
Yeah, he's in the middle of it. And doesn't want to walk away from it. Gillies.
Obviously a few St Mary's players not too impressed with Fazio's attempt at spoil out here on the wing.
Didn't think it was that.
Wasn't it?
That malicious?
No.
A few of them
could have made it a lot worse.
May have come in
made it a real lot worse. So on the Blood Toyota scoreboard, it's 5-2-32 St Mary's to North Shore. Still that solitary behind. It's back into the middle, and it's Thomas again, up against Banjanin.
Sherman's causing some damage, boys.
He certainly is,
He would have had a dozen touches by now.
Good combination there. He and Garner and the likes of Welsh in the middle there. Up they go. Banjanin just drives a fist into it. Bouncing ball. Davenport does likewise. Bashes it back the other way. But it's picked off by Tanase, and he's wrapped up in a tackle straight away. Umpire circling. Waiting. He's pinging him. He's pinging him for sure. Against Tanase. Free kick.
Not a lot of effort shown there by Tanase to try and get rid of the footy. That's why the umpires pinned him there.
So it's Salah on the wing. Looking for his options. Plenty of calling from his teammates. Gee whiz, he's taking an eternity to get it up there. Decides just to drive it long, and I reckon they've been a bit guilty of that because it's just been a little bit too predictable. For the St Mary's boys know exactly what's going on as Tommy Lang brings that out from full back.
Yeah, it's over the head of his intended target, and Fazio wins the ball. He does keep it in play. Met solidly was Richie's for North Shore, and the ball out of play. Tucked in the pocket. 23.5 minutes played on the Blood Toyota scoreboard. 5-2 plays, one behind St Mary's' way. It'll be thrown back in.
Keep him down, Buck.
Just
Keep him down.
Just on the paint. Garner filters back to Hebbard, who goes short. Interesting kick. McMahon ended up winning it. Handballs over the top to Welsh, who then gets inside. Dane McMahon just missed the footy at half-back. He'll mop up his own work, though. Goes inside, over the head. Banjanin at half-back just breaks clear the big ruck, and what a sight that was.
Yep.
He drives to centre-half forward. Under the ball was Duncan. It's a good fist, and I reckon this will beat everyone and out of play.
I reckon that was McLean again. Once again with the fist today. He's done that a couple of times now. Affected the spoil and just got it to the boundary line to get a throw in. Get another 50-50 contest. So it'll be thrown in about...
Gives his all.
Give that 60 out.
Gives his all every week,
Yep.
Ash McLean.
So thrown and play. Banjan's got the front position. He gets tapped down, but there's no North Shore players there. Eventually he finds its way out the back. It went to Garner, who got a boot on, got it going forward, and they've got a mark again.
That's your little mate again, Travellini, isn't it?
No,
I reckon.
Travellini's running in there now.
Sherman.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Speed for his second and about his 14th touch.
Good hands then.
Great hands.
That was brilliant stuff. Same angle as he had before, just a little bit further out.
Yep. Going
He's
to
still
his
back him
second.
in here. He's shown a bit of class so far.
He's a very classy footballer, this bloke, isn't he?
So he comes in now. Shouldn't have any issues. Gets on the right boot. No worries
Didn't
with that
move.
one. No. Straight out of the goals umpire's hat. No issue with distance either. So they go to 6-2-38. North Shore 2 behinds or 1?
Just the one.
Just waiting for that graphic.
Yep.
One, just the one.
25 gone. Just being played on St Mary's terms at the moment. And as I said earlier, I reckon North Shore just being a little bit predictable, just bombing it into the forward line.
And I wonder why Jason Davenport isn't playing in the middle. He hasn't been in the last 4 centre bounces, Milky.
Yep. He's playing a loose man in defence as Snowden tries to crash his way through. Sorry, that was Dobson. There goes to the man in question, Davenport. Dishes off, finds his teammate in Fazio. Fazio's little kick goes across the ground, finds his mate in the back pocket. Oh, wobbly old kick. Only goes as far as his opponent there, and Damien McMahon goes to the pocket. And a good mark there to Sam Dobson. Already has one.
Maybe that's why Davenport is back for a bit of skill by foot. Coming out of defence 50, that was a poor kick, wasn't it?
It was a very ordinary kick.
Pay.
And this is starting to get very ugly.
It is. I'm trying to work out.
Plenty of options at the moment.
Coming in, Dobson's already got one. 26 and a quarter gone. Head over the footy. I'm just watching him. I'm not watching the goal umpire. They all head to him, so it's a goal. Got his second for the afternoon.
The kicks to advantage going in forward for St Mary's so far have been brilliant. There's been plenty where they just kick it to the right side of their opponent in the one-on-one situation. That one again was just over the top. He was able to just push off and get into that space, and it was perfectly weighted.
So on the Blood Toyota scoreboard, it's St Mary's 7-2-44 to North Shore 1 behind. Might have a bit of a look at around the grounds at quarter time, boys.
Yep, shall do, Milky. Be thrown up again. Dying embers of this first quarter. And I think North Shore want to get to their huddle and re-evaluate. They find themselves 43 points down nearing quarter time. Banjanen over the top. Garner just feeds it down. Goes inside 50. It was well done by Duncan, who fisted it to his own advantage. Davenport's over this. He wraps up McMahon. The ball spills clear. Sherman again. Quick kick, snap on goal. Will fall short. There's a contest on it. Sam Dobson over the footy. He kept his feet well. It filters all the way back. It's a 2-on-1 contest. North Shore win it out. The handball back into trouble. Wasn't fantastic. Goss's kick was smothered. St Mary's win the footy. It's Damien McMahon, who drives it long inside 50. It's a high up and under.
Oh, good
That's
work.
A really, really good mark. I think it was Peoples.
Yep,
with
Nathan
the footy.
Peoples.
The North Shore captain with a really good mark. He was tunnelled as he marked the footy. Landed heavily. But that was a super mark, under pressure, holding his team together. He goes wide to Stan Lake, who's played a lot of footy on the ball this quarter for the Shore. He's a big body in the middle of the ground. It's a good kick. Finds his intended target in Bode. He's at the back of the centre square. He goes across goal with the switch. Fazio waited for it. Travellini just over his head. He's at left half back for North Shore. Fazio. He ignores his captain's lead, so he kicks in front of us, heads towards Salah. It was through his hands. The ball falls at the back. That's go across goal. Met was Duncan. It was a pretty good tackle in the end. He's over the foot. He's got to be careful to get rid of it. He's wrapped up. The umpire will throw it up just on the edge of the
Thought he was going to ping Wade then.
Yeah, it was Wade, excuse me.
I thought he was going to ping him then. Up they go, Banjanen just knocks it down clearly to his teammate there in Ben Dobson. Umpire says he's been held on to, Ben Dobson. He'll get a free kick as the siren blows. 28 and 55 the first quarter went. And on the Blood Toyota scoreboard, it's 7 in the middle. Umpire holds the ball aloft to start this second quarter. Let's see what North Shore can do to try and bridge this gap. In he comes. Throws it up. Up they go. Thomas gets to jump early. Banjana knocks it down. Only as far as Dobson, who goes with the inside-out kick. That's Ben Dobson. Bouncing ball. Comes back. Picked off by Sam Dobson. Little tries to spear a kick into the forward pocket. I reckon he's kicked it out in the full. Did it go in the full? No, it's bounced over.
Pitched inside.
Just pitched inside. And we've got a boundary throw in 30 around from the St Mary's goal. Already into attack.
Are they kicking with the wind this quarter?
You would think so. It's
Yeah,
quite
it's a slight breeze.
Yeah. Oh, Garner goes around the body. Picked up by Gerard. Goes to his teammate in Stanlake. Can he do anything with it? Goes to a big fella in Thomas, who takes a mark at centre half back. Dishes off. Back to Stanlake. Then chips it forward. Hebbard going back. Can't quite trap it. His teammate there gives it across to McMahon. Handball. Long handball to Lang. He fumbles the footy. They're out here, but it goes back. Tenace picks it off. Goes to McMahon. Damien variety and kicks it out to the centre wing.
Yeah, he was at centre half back. Finds Bond, who goes inside 50 with his left boot. It'll be chopped off though by Peoples, that is down there. Yep. He marks 45 out from home. Repels an attack. He goes back in the middle. It's a pretty good looking kick too. Finds Aaron Sella in the heart of Virginia Park. He'll go wide. It's a 2-on-1. It was chopped off by Bond. Gillies and now Bond. And then he goes back to Ben Dobson. He just gets inside 50. Goes looking for Jones. Who chopped it? Did he have enough? Herschel Gibbs moment. Did he have enough? He goes high up and under and then bellies the footy. They won't even score. It's punched back into play. Purcell beaten in the punch, but they'll escape. It's Watt and short to Davenport, who's at half back. Unbelievable. Herschel Gibbs moment, Milky Way. Has he held on to it long enough? Steve Waugh is near to say anything though. Half back, Davenport drives to the wing. There's a whistle, and it is going the way of the shore. Is Stanlake?
Yeah, it was a push in the back.
Yep.
As he was going to fly there. Banjana may have
excuse
been.
me, it's
Big Thomas.
It's Big Thomas, Jim.
Big Jakey boy.
Yes, Thomas just goes short. And he's kicked it to the man. The marks. What is going on there? Banjana goes in the forward 50 there. Duncan put the mark down. It's going to go out of play, but what in the hell was that?
There must be a lack of air up there. Getting to that head because there was no one inside.
Oh, dearie me.
God.
That wasn't
interesting. So we thrown back into play. Inside forward 50 for St Mary's again. Thomas, he wants to make up for it. He got the tap and it didn't go far. It's at ground 11. They all just dived on it and we'll have a ball up. 45 out from the Mary's goal. There's a talking point. That was.
Dearie me.
Do we have a Clunger sponsor? That'd be a good one. It's thrown up. Gerard gets involved, and North Shore, they're going to get the clearing kick out of there. Tenace, though, just takes the ball on the chest and then just bombs it inside forward 50, looking for a target. He had Jones there flying. They've got numbers at ground level. Do North Shore. Davenport's with it, and he just steps it over the line for a rush behind. And it's Fazio with the ball now. Just goes short as he brings it into play, into the pocket. It's Gerard with the long flowing red locks down there. Do you know they're having a ginger pride walk today in Melbourne, Buzz?
No,
there you go.
Isn't there?
Yeah, I thought that'd be something he'd be at. His kick was poor though to the 50, and Higgins has marked it. Maybe a little bit too far out. He kicked from outside the paint if he wants to have a shot, and he just goes to the top of the square in the end, or out wide, sorry, and out in the full as Fazio juggled it over the line, but was already out.
He quickly picks it off and goes to Stanlake. He takes the mark in the back pocket. Hasn't really gained a lot from that. Looking for options. Just kicks it up and under to a massive pack. Oh, went early there, the big fella in Parker, or Miller I think it might have been. Comes back, hands out from Garner. Oh, goes to Bond. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Good work here. Oh, the little chip kick.
Oh, he's taking him on!
The big fella took him on, then goes back and gets it. The handball off, bowed. He gives it over to his teammate there in Miller, but Miller's dished it across to Davenport, the leader. What can he do? Spins around, does a full 360. Round the body he goes. Back to Miller, the big fella.
Superb composure from Davenport.
The handball from Miller was superb to start that. Davenport didn't have to break stride and hit him on the chest. That long handball and then that kick. Miller just found himself in the right place at the right time.
What about Thomas's run? He firstly forgot who his teammate is and turned it over and then forgot he was a ruckman and tried to burn two midfielders. I like it from the young boy.
Yeah. He fancied his chances at 70 with the wind. He's 40 out coming into the wind. This is Blake Miller. In he comes.
Going to hold up this.
Holds up at the top of the square. Big Banjanin, was it? getting back there? No, it was Snowden who didn't take that mark, and it's what's the umpire?
Free kick for a hold.
Hold.
It'll be going St Mary's' way, I would think.
Going.
Oh no, they're behind.
Hang on.
He definitely paid a free kick.
The umpire's just signalled behind, so take that one back, mate.
The free kick to Snowden.
Yep, so we take that one off. That shouldn't count as a behind.
That won't go on. Snowden.
It'll be driven to half-back, Milky. Over the top came Sam Dobson. Damien McMahon handballs sent half forward. Lang picks up cleanly, then rides a couple of tackles, goes to Garner, to Damien McMahon. He's at half-back. He goes looking towards Jones. Fazio with him. Fazio nudges him under the footy and does well. Spins onto his right forward. It's a chiselling ball right in front of us. And it's ushered out by David Hacker, who wasn't happy with Damien McMahon's treatment on the wing. And it'll be thrown in. McMahon spent some time at Port Melbourne over the summer, Milky.
Yep.
With the VFL. Someone
Looks
who's
fit.
Yep, he's a very, very strong endurance runner.
Oh,
it's a beautiful
at that.
tap. And Garner
Look at
just
that.
attacked it with pace. Long inside 50. It's over the head of Duncan Fazio, and it's punched through for a behind. Wasn't that some nice ruck work?
Absolutely.
Rucking combo.
Armed it down with both hands.
Yep, Purcell takes it quickly. It's a good kick too. Mark taken by Paddy Cleary for North Shore at half-back. He's tucked in on the boundary. He looks back for an option, but just goes shorter. Finds his captain in Peoples. He's still at half-back. The angle hasn't improved. The left footer, the North Shore captain, goes to the wing. It's a poor kick and chopped off comfortably by Snowden.
Yep,
It is
happy feet.
on centre wing. As he drives in forward again, Purcell's out-muscled. It's and undersized. It's a free kick going the way of the man I mentioned, though.
That really could have gone both ways.
Purcell? Yeah,
it was Purcell. Yep. It was Gillies giving away the free kick to him. It's a wide ball and out of play just backward of centre wing.
Luke Parker just slipped over at the important moment there. And ball sailed across the... Is that Luke Parker? No, it's not. But it was the North Shore player slipped over and the ball went straight over his head and out of bounds. Spinning on the other side. Snowden has a big swing at that and missed. The umpires pulled one off the ball. Free kick to St Mary's. Looks like he's going to Sherman, is it? Or is it going to Snowden where he got pushed in the ruck duel?
And Sherman's just hanging round to get the hands.
Yeah, that was Luke Parker.
Watch, he'll give this out the back here.
Yeah.
No, he's been
spotted.
If Snowden picks up cleanly...
And that was a silly free kick to give away.
He just assumed he'd given it.
There's advantage being paid here.
Yep. Ball fisted away by Peoples, but it's finished up with Dougie Bond, who goes around the body, and I reckon he's just I nearly said snotted that, but I think he slotted it. And another goal to St Mary's on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Their sixth different goal scorer too, so they're getting a good variety up there in the forward 50.
8-4-52 plays that's actually one behind because that wasn't a behind. It was a free kick.
No. Saying that the goal umpire never went back to cancel it or whatever they had to do.
They definitely waved the flag.
Yeah.
They might have checked that at half-time.
Yeah.
The umpires.
They doubled their score. What are you talking about?
No, leave it. All sorts wrapped. Didn't ruck there. Great tap down there by Snowden. Just got it out the back. St Mary's, they try to get it. Just moving forward. They're just trying to grab along the ground. They flick a handball out over the top. Then they go runner in Sherman just for his 28th, I reckon, today. And his kick wasn't great, though. People's cutting it off inside. Forward 50 for St Mary's.
He had Sam Dobson on. I think that's where he's heading.
So he just chipped it further afield. And the kick off the ground there by Watt wasn't a great one. It was gathered only about 5 metres further afield, and it's been wrapped up for a ball up about 60 out from the St Mary's goal once again. They're just locking it in there, half of the ground here. So the umpire taking his time to throw it up as he just lets the push and shove sort itself out a little bit, and Snowden got the tap and then went back and got it again. He got it out the back and a little bit of candy sold there by McMahon. And how about a
little bit.
That was impressive sort of stuff there.
So.
Sam Dobson lining up for his third now.
Yep.
That looked great.
Sold candy twice, I reckon.
Yeah.
Sam got 2 and Ben got 1.
Yes.
That's why I had it, and then I crossed it out. I thought I made a mistake. So I wasn't wrong at all. I was mistaken.
So Sam Dobson make his way inside forward 50 and send this one on its way. And going off Miller's kick early, he should have no worries with distance. And how about that? All class there. He's got his third. And he's got St Mary's 9th, 9-4-58, playing North Shore's 2 behinds, and that is on the
Bendigo Bank.
Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Well done. Been travelling just on the 10 minutes for this. You don't have to worry about the time.
No,
how
You've
good
saved
is
it this week.
I've forgotten the first quarter, and
Yeah.
when you asked me, you beauty.
Yeah. Nah. Good work. It's just makes you wonder how good a side that Leopold might be, because this is all one-way traffic.
Yeah.
Yep. Hard to gauge early on in the
Yeah, it is.
season.
Early in the
Ricky.
season, there's always ups and downs and ins and outs.
Yep.
My old man always used to say, never worry about it till round 10.
Yep, well, that's another easy centre clearance.
Yeah.
You're getting that pretty easy. It's Ben Dobson who drives it in for St Mary's,
Oh,
and
have a
guess
look, have a
who?
look.
Zach Sherman is attached to the footy today, and he takes
good
the
is
mark
that?
in a pack.
He can have a mountain of it in the middle, and then he's getting a little bit puffed. He'll just have a rest in the forward line, have a shot at goal. That's a bit easy, isn't it?
The man on the mark is about 25 out from home. The ball was easily
He's already
extracted
got
out of
2,
the
this
middle.
bloke.
Yep, 2 and plenty of it. As he comes in on his right foot and
Didn't
liked
move.
it
Didn't move.
immediately, Zach Sherman. Already got 1, he has 2.
He
St
could go off the
Mary's
ground now and
have
get the 3
10.
votes.
Yep. Because he's had the sort of day that usually warrants 3 votes in a quarter and a half.
Yeah, that's it. He could just about sit down in the back pocket and do nothing for the rest of the day and still get them.
Spent plenty of time at across the road at Geelong last
Yep.
year, Milky. Played 11 games, only 11 games for St Mary's in 2015. So he's obviously not just rated by us watching him here today,
that's
but
correct.
those in high positions. Although you like to think you are at the top of the pyramid, Milky, so that's all that matters.
So so that's not bad. It's the 11 and a quarter, 3/4 minute mark of the second quarter before you've had a crack at me. That's not bad
It's
for
not a
you.
crack, I just gave you a compliment.
He
No,
thought he thought
you
he-
said you reckon. You didn't say that me. You said I reckon it myself. Up they go, Thomas. But it's Snowden over the top. Done a good job since he's gone to the ruck. Big happy feet. Picks it up on the run. Dishes off the handball. Oh, the
Oh,
old don't
handball with
argue.
that.
Bang!
Yes.
From his little mate in Harmer. North Shore into attack. And I can't see where that's gone, boys. So it's all
Yeah,
yours.
it's Hebbard with the ball, and he's going to switch it in defence. He does well to find a man there, and then they bring their hands up further. Getting involved there was Hall. He's going to go out wide, just out into space and gathering the balls. Damien McMahon, gave the hands off quickly, and they had a runner there.
Oh, he's gone.
yeah.
He's gone. Good
Don't
tackle.
Wade
take
took on the
on
tackle,
Jason
and it didn't
Davenport.
work. So now North Shore, they can try and rebound from the wing and try and just get something going
Yep.
their way, and they
Big
find a
fella.
mark inside the forward 50. Lewis Goss with it
Big
in
Louis.
hands. He's too far out to score, I would have thought, especially kicking into
Big
that
Louis
wind.
thinks he's
but
not.
They're making me look silly, these North Shore forwards. And he goes short. It wasn't a great kick, just put his team out under a little bit of pressure. Now the grubbering kick going forward just bounces over the top and taken in the hands there by Snowden. He then gave it off, and now they got a clearing kick out of there. St Mary's, but it's going to be touch and go on the boundary line. It
Hebbard.
bounces over.
Hebbard. That's why he's such a nervous shot in front of goal. Big Matty Hebbard. That was it. That was.
Did he pay that out in the full?
Oh no, paid
No, he
deliberate.
hasn't.
He's paid deliberate.
Oh,
He's paid the
what's
new
going
rule.
on there? And
Deliberate.
playing on there was Salah. He's eventually just got to get on the boot going forward. He goes to a 1-on-3 situation, but the free kick's found going the way of North Shore, is it? Just for a
Or
push
he's
in that
going to big
contest.
Louis Goss again.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
Have a shot this time. He won't be passing it again.
he'll get this one. He'll get the journey here.
He'll get the journey. The accuracy is a question, no, you reckon?
Aim at the right post. Hard. Kick it hard at the right post.
Low and hard, you reckon?
Yep. And he comes. He's done it outside the right post. Just
He went at the
allowed a little
right-hand
bit too
point
much.
post.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
went
just
too
a
wide.
fraction
A
wide.
bit too far.
Big Louis.
North Shore's third behind of the day, still yet to register their first major.
Yep. Ball will be brought back in. They play on quickly
Ooh.
too. Take a liberty of a bounce if you don't mind, Ben Dobson. And they make it to half back and then go to centre wing. It's a nice looking kick too. Up was Hall, but it was a nice fist out of play by Peoples. And the ball's on the far centre wing. 14 minutes played. Bendigo Bank scoreboard reads 10-4-64. North Shore. There's 3 behinds, as Jim just said. Thomas in the ruck probably run that down. I'll give it to him. There's plenty of numbers around the footy. There's a North Shore player down,
Yeah, now there
cradling
was.
his head.
I reckon they've
And
just
there's
gone
a-
to
there is a bit of push and
Dobson
shove.
there.
Yep.
Ben Dobson, I reckon it was, in the tackle there. May have just thrown a bit of a fist in with the tackle.
There's no free kick, so Thomas won it down uncontested, and now it's Gerard. Goes to half forward, it's over the head of Goss. Lang got a fist in, it's Purcell, who might have been shifted forward from his
Oh.
defensive post, but he turned it over. It's Hebbard, who comes to this broadcast side. The mark taken by Harry Benson at halfback. He
Great
goes
kick.
further for Jones, who's presented that well as a nice linchpin between
Held
halfback
onto
and
it,
half
I thought.
forward. But the kick into the wing was no good and chopped off by Zach Mawson for North Shore. He goes short for Gerard, who marks in the middle of Cardinia Park West. He goes short on his left foot. It just makes it, and they're away. The hands came from Miller. Davenport goes looking back for Miller, and he's at half forward. The ball chopped off St Mary's. Rappel, look, they run in a wave here through the middle of Cardinia Park. Over the top, Dobson to Travellini. He's at half forward. Takes a handball over the top to Riley Hall. Travellini keeps running. He goes to 35. Jesse Travellini and hits the upright.
I was about to say, that's probably a drill they've practiced at training about 100 times, that through the middle.
Not sure they were ready for Jason Davenport's bailout behind him, the North Shore boys. Alex Ritchies takes the mark on the kick out in the back pocket. I can see up there, boys, so I'm happy to do that.
Perfect.
So Ritchie's got it, looking for some options, thinking about swapping. Oh, he's just kicked it straight out in the full. Just inexperienced there, young Ritchies. Had an option there in Seller and Harmer, but decided not. But it's McMahon. Pops it into the hot spot. Oh, good fist away there by Peoples, and he'll rushed behind there to St Mary's. So on the Bendigo Bank, St Mary's go to 10-7-67 to North Shore, 2 behinds in mine. I don't think they got that 3-1.
Oh yeah, forgot about that, Milky. So I read out the scores before. That's why you are at the top of the pyramid. Purcell goes to halfback. It's fisted away from Thomas and Davenport and out of play. 45 around from goal for the Saints. 16 and a half play, Jim.
Yes, the umpire's got it in hands. Going to throw it in.
Can tell you St Joseph's and Bell Park 2-3 apiece.
There we go. Low scoring affair, that one.
Yep.
So it looked like, well, North Shore can get the clearing kick out of there, and Tanate's got to take the work, and he's got to be quick though. They're closing in on him quickly, North Shore. He goes to fend off, and he should almost be gone there. He went to ground, but he just got the hands away. Now the handball's coming out to Travellini. He's going to give it over the top to Tanate. He's got 3 to beat. He's going to try to barrel his way through. Great tackle there, and the umpire's going to pin him, and probably rightly so there. Took on a few too many, and a great tackle by Alex Bowd. Or Bowd or Bowd is, which way is it?
Bowd.
Bowd. So Bowd just plays on. He's going to go out wide. And he's got Peoples there just pushing up. So he's got on the half-back flank. He's just going to hold it up now. Nothing really going up the field, so he just goes short. And now they're going to get the long kick up towards the half-forward flank. Miller was sitting underneath. It was over his head, and the mark taken there by the St Mary's defender. And Gillies has just dropped back now for the meantime, and the ball comes in the middle. There was Sherman. He's gone a long way back there. Is that Lang with the ball now? He sidestepped one. Now he's going to have to come back to Sherman. He's under pressure. He went to fend off, and he's gone back again. They're just trying to make a mess of this, St Mary's, but eventually through McMahon, they can just get a little bit of composure coming out of there, and into the middle they found Bond, who's going to play on. He's just chipped it up down the field, and it's going to be a free kick for downfield by the looks of it. Bond was just held onto after he kicked it. That was Salah giving away the free kick in the centre of the ground. And now Garner's just going to go long inside forward, 50 for St Mary's, and another well-weighted kick couldn't be held. And now it's a ground level and a free kick going the way. No, St Mary's.
Yep.
Just for another hold. Just another free kick in the forward half.
Could have been in the back too, I reckon.
Yeah.
It was another good kick to advantage, though. They are reading that breeze nicely. They're getting goal side each time, St Mary's.
Ben Dobson, who's taking that free kick and got one to his name. He's trying to catch Sam Dobson out there.
Yep.
See if he can kick his second of the day. Looks like he go for a little bit of right to left. He's going to hang it out to the right-hand post and just drift it back, and how good's that?
Curled it beautifully.
Another one for him. 11-6-72. Plays 3 behinds. That's on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've travelled, I'd say it's just about 20-minute mark. 19 minutes into the second.
Looking very ominous, this. As Happy Feet does a bit of a stretch in front of us. Getting ready to go back on. And it's all one-way traffic here. And Sam Dobson has 3 to his name. Just come off to let Happy Feet back on. Just keep going, boys. Just got a message from Matty Kershaw.
Gerard
score
to Davenport for North Shore. They go further wide. It's Ritchie's on the wing for the Seagulls, heading towards Stanley. There's a whistle and there's a bit of a dust on right in front of us. It's Davenport and Welsh. And Welsh might have thrown a little one there, Davenport.
A little nasty one.
I reckon, Milky.
Yes, he certainly saw it.
Yep, Davenport's not short of a word either. And there's another dust on a half forward too, but it looks like Gillies and Harmer and a few in there. McMahon puts an arm
Davenport
there.
just gave him one.
Gave him one. And
he's
Davenport
given
gave
away
him
another
one.
50.
He got
in
sucked in. Jason Davenport. Oh, and then puts him in a headlock. A little sleeper hold. Not sure about that.
That
Bell
was
Park
real silly from Davenport
Bell
there.
Park 3-7-25, Joey's 4-3-27.
Yep.
So close one there, and that was a bit silly.
The result of this is a St Mary's free kick going the way of Welsh for that.
Should have gone to Davenport
Yeah,
initially
but-
because Welsh belted him in the chops.
But as always is the case, the retaliator
Always gets caught. Yep.
So it's Jacob Welsh. The man on the mark is 45 out. He's directly in front for the Saints.
And
He's
he's
just pushed it.
He's hooked it.
Just pushed it through for his first score of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Davenport has a bit to say
Yeah.
as they go into the pocket. Fazio to Purcell. The 8 and 9's waxing in the back pocket. He goes shorter still and finds Parker. And they go shorter still again and finds Dylan Watt at half back for the Seagulls. Purcell keeps running. He's at right half back. And they look to play some tempo footy. 21, just over 21 minutes played on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Second term, back to Fazio. They're going nowhere at the moment, the Seagulls, but at least they're keeping possession. Fazio still in the right back pocket. He goes short. It wasn't a fantastic kick. Dropped off by Riley Hall at half forward, who hasn't played the defensive post that I thought he might have this afternoon. Then he goes over Duncan's head. Watt just did enough. And there was a whistle, I think, to the umpire, and it's going to be high.
There was no free kick in that.
No,
yeah, I didn't call it either. Is it going North Shore or St Mary's way?
Wasn't a
Well,
free
I don't
kick.
think anyone
against
knows.
I think it's going North Shore's way. It's
There we go.
Fazio's free kick. So
It must have been
he
after
must
the
have got
initial
one after that
one. Yeah.
contest, yep. So it is Fazio. He drives. They're stuck on this, on the far side of the ground. Gillies fists it away from Peoples and out of play. See if you can get us out of there, Jim.
Yeah, well, we need to get something going here because it's been a bit slow the last couple of minutes. There's a few blues and so on. The footy sort of taking the back seat. So it's thrown in the back into play now. Thomas got the front position. It was a good tap down there, and the clearing kick came from Parker, who just got it moving up the field. He gained about 40 metres and went over the boundary line just forward to centre on the outer side for St Mary's. As the rolling ball just shifts up 40 metres.
Yeah, that's it. About all it's doing, isn't it?
Yeah. So thrown back into play again. Benjan had the front position, but Thomas has done well. Benjan still got the tap down and ran the wrong way, and North Shore got a free kick in there for a hold in the ruck against Benjan. So Thomas with the free on this occasion.
The big fella. What's he going to do this time?
He's going to
He's been entertaining.
He'll handball it to himself, then take a bounce and run too far. He just goes short and found a target there. That's good. And also, they've got numbers out here in front of our commentary position. Getting the ball is Johnny Fazio. He can go for a little bit of a run. He took a bounce after 2 steps and then decided to kick it. His kick wasn't a great one. He had a teammate there and Bowd floating back, but Tenace was able to gather it and pass it off to Dobson. And he's going to switch the ball. And as my sheets try to fly away, he found Garner. Garner now on the right boot looking further afield, and he needed a flyer at the back there. He was looking for Snowden. It got out there, and now running on. There's a bit of pace there. Getting a foot in there was Peoples, and Bond kept going, but eventually the ball went over the boundary line. Once again, another throw in. 60 around from the St Mary's goal, Milky.
Yep, on the outer side. 73 plays 2, so it's a massive. We're still not giving them that behind when they waved the flag, but there was a free kick. As the ball's now shuffled over the boundary line again, and we'll have another throw in. And there's more wrestling. This time it's Garner, and not quite sure whether it was Bowd in there for North Shore.
Looked like Cleary to me, Milky.
Cleary, was it? Yep, plenty of spirit. Up they go again. This time Snowden wins it, knocks it down. Gerard's at the bottom of the pack, just goes in hard. Good to see him put his head over the footy. He's not going to be rewarded though. The umpire says, let's have a ball up. 55 out from the St Mary's goal. They lead 73-2, and it's on the outer wing in front of the scoreboard.
Yeah, it is. It's Garner for St Mary's though with the footy. There's a whistle.
I think Miller's just given away a free kick.
It is
off
to
the ball there.
that dust up that you refer to, Milky. It's going to be paid downfield to the man I just mentioned, Jared Garner, the ex-Tiger, of course. He floats one, didn't flush it as he would have hoped. Purcell is met and then driven into the ground.
Oh, no.
now-
umpire
Now,
no.
the non
50 metres away.
Yeah, the non-officiating umpire paid that it wasn't in the back. But Purcell goes wide anyway to Parker, who goes short and finds Hacker, who is now out of play.
He's
He
now paid.
mustn't have completed the mark.
Nah, he
Yeah.
juggled it over the line.
Yep. So it'll be brought back in, just inside the paint of 50 for the Saints. 25 minutes gone. Blood Toyota second term. Guess who? Zach
Oh,
Sherman
jeepers.
gets it out of the pack. Gerard had to go
Gutsy.
back. He did. He didn't shy away from the contest, and now he'll win it back. He got it from Fazio over the top. He overruns the ball though. For number 8 for North Shore, but there's plenty of numbers around this footy, and it'll be thrown up close to the boundary, about 20 from home for the Saints.
Yep, 30 out. What do you say? 20, I reckon it's 30. Close to the 30. Snowden goes up. Down it goes to his teammate. That wasn't him, was it? Wasn't Sherman? No, it wasn't. Thank goodness. I'm thinking he's got his own footy if it's him. He's made that sort of ground. I reckon that might have been Jacob Welsh, was it? That
Yep.
threw a boot at that.
Scary thing is Sherman hasn't spent a lot of time on the ball this quarter.
No.
He's been up forward. He's still found plenty of it. Wait till his breather's finished and he goes back in the middle in the third term as North Shore tried to clear it out of there. Miller was at the front position. He just flicked it forward and eventually over the boundary line. So 26-minute mark of this second term, 74 plays 3. North Shore yet to register a goal yet, and they haven't really looks like doing so. Sherman gets involved with a hit out now. Just add that to the stat sheet, and Gerard lays a strong tackle. Ball just came out of there, only just. Hall was involved, and they just grab it forward to St Mary's, but North Shore able to intercept and get it going their way now. That's Davenport there trying to get out the front there. Gillies got involved. He's going to go back and collect his own
Well, there's a
handball.
man down inside
Man down.
50.
Yep.
Yeah.
A shot on goal
Place
anyway.
kept going.
It was
And
a-
it's Dobson.
Yeah, it was a kick from
Ben Dobson.
Gillies who went through from behind, who kept playing.
Yep. So on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's 76 plays 2. As it's Stanlake that takes the mark in defence for North Shore. Keep an eye on Dobson.
Yep.
He looks like he's coming off, boys. So Stanlake, wondering what he's going to do with it. Hugs the boundary line on the outer side, looking for Miller. Oh, but coming in and almost taking a good mark there is Hebard. He might have hurt himself too, I reckon, as the ball dishes out to Jason Davenport at half forward. Looks for some options. Spears it into centre half forward. Oh, over the top was Riley Hall. Couldn't take the mark, but Ash McLean keeps the ball in in North Shore's danger zone as Jason Davenport still keeps the ball in. They've kept it there 30 metres out from the North Shore goal.
So they'll be looking to get their first here. North Shore as it's thrown up deep inside their forward 50. Miller came in to do the ruck work and he tapped it down and was wrapped up straight away. And the umpire was running a long way away from that. And he's called for it eventually, so we'll do all that again. So Snowden getting involved and gets the tap down on this occasion once again.
Good in the
Hasn't
ruck,
gone far
Snowden.
again. Yeah, he's had a good day. And the umpire was letting that go once again. It looked like he was just shaping up to maybe call high on the ball, but he eventually... Another ball up. North Shore, can they sneak one just
Best
before half
chance
time?
here.
They've got to get one here. They've got to get numbers around the footy. Snowden just tried to tap it out towards the boundary line. And there you go. It's Travellini getting involved and just tries to clear it out of there. Bounced over.
Oh, they're ready to each other.
They made a meal of it there. The ball eventually over the boundary line. Wade was watching it closely and the umpire throw it in. 50 out from the North Shore goal.
And
Stanlake and Cleary.
And
ready to each other.
Stanlake's got a
Corky.
A little bit
corky.
sore.
Yeah. As it brought back in, taking it out of the ruck was Goss. His kick was smothered though by Kane Higgins, who then goes again. The young man, he was pushed off it, and it'll be thrown up
He's coming off, Stanlake.
outside the paint of 50. I think he'll be all right, Milky.
He's just trying to run it out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave him out there.
It was a
Just let him
nasty
keep playing,
call.
Yeah, it'll have nasty call.
Two teammates running into each other. Don't say that.
Oh,
often.
look out,
Look at Davenport. He bursts with pace. Jason
kick was
I reckon he's got
Davenport.
his first one. I
And
reckon he's
he's
got their
kicked it.
first one.
Jeez, if you've ever seen a burst of class and
class,
brilliance, that is
absolutely.
it.
Well done, Jason. That's a candidate, isn't it, for the Cryo Bay Health
Has to
Group
be. He,
goal of the day?
He attacked that with some pace and ferocity. But, blimey, that took everyone by surprise, including commentators.
Just put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, he did.
Weren't ready for it. It's almost been at pedestrian pace for the last 10 minutes. All of a sudden, Davenport just goes...
Just goes bang, and there
Bang.
it is. So back in the centre, Thomas goes up and does ruck work against Snowden on that occasion. He's managed to get the ball back. He dropped and then picked up and got the handball. Well, yeah, throw.
He threw it out of there.
He definitely threw it. Getting involved was Bond. He was wrapped up. They tried to get it out the back St Mary's, and now they flick it through her hands with McMahon getting involved. Got over top 2. Welsh. She's gone deep inside forward 50. Looking at Mark, but there's the siren. Full half time. St Mary's 11-9-75. Leading the way in this one, North Shore 1-3-9.
1-2-8 it is.
1-2-8.
Yep, even though the scoreboard says 1-3-9, it's still 1-2-8.
So we reckon that'll be corrected.
I'm not sure.
I was sort of half expecting there to be a little bit of feeling here at half time.
Yeah, I thought there might have been.
After that quarter.
Still plenty of lip. All players looking around to see where the spot fire is going to start.
So then they can all charge.
Yep. So it's half time here, 11-9-75 to 1-2-8. And we might take a break, come back with our thoughts on this game. I think, and then we'll also go around the grounds and we'll see what's happening elsewhere. As even the Geelong Essendon game's got some sort of interest in it.
Yeah, it was a bit close.
Kicks Country Footy FM 89.3.